Andre DeQuisto. I'm the founder of Lone Wolf Portable Tree Stands, Lone Wolf Custom Gear.
All right, well, we got Dan on the line.
And I started thinking, I probably shouldn't have shared those pictures.
All right, guys, we got Don Higgins on.
Anything that's got to do with chasing big deer, I've got my hands in it somehow. So.
Well, my name's John Eberhardt. The first one that comes to mind was early in my career.
I'm Scott Buckley from Iowa. I had jumped him in the summer, too. He jumped up in that swamp grass down in the bottom lake.
And, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm chasing it. There ain't nothing stopping me.
Justin Hollinsworth. I'm with Whitetail Addictions and Lone Wolf Custom Gear.
So what are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about the one that got away.
They talked about a deer that you didn't get it done on for some reason. So go ahead and get into the story of the one that got away.
Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast, Episode 6. Still know what episode number we're on. We had to talk about it before we recorded this.
We're straight, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're straight.
Yeah, I think we're good. Someone's like, 6 was last week. But yeah, we have Chancy from Whitetail Adrenaline on. We're talking about a buck that he has on video that he didn't get it done on. So Episode 6 of an absolute legendary public land buck. The one that got away. We talk about the whole story, which is crazy off the wall. And like I said, this is the Zoom call where he's reeling in bass on the episode. So there's a brief pause in the episode coming up where he is reeling in a bass. He's out bass fishing while he's recording with us. Like I said, we took every means necessary to get these podcasts out to you guys.
So you're not going to stop Chancy from reeling in a bass.
Yeah,
I don't care what's going on.
All right, let's get into the people that make this possible, get into the show. Let's start off with Last Breath. What you got for Last Breath over there?
Yeah, one thing that the team did is we put a Would You Rather question, which is also incorporated into their hunt cast on the back end of their YouTube video. And so we were asking you guys a question related to the video, and then also into the hunt cast, we're also asking a Would You Rather question. So we really like your guys' feedback, and these are pretty fun questions about hunting scenarios and, would you rather do A or B? And it's always fun to hear, our audience's opinions on a certain situation and see how, you would handle it or what you would choose. And just to engage and get to feel you guys out a little more. You guys get to hear us, but we can't hear you. So this is one step that them guys have brainstormed up and try to bring us all closer together.
All right, I got Right On Optics. I'm going to talk about the One Primal Scope. Now, in my opinion, this is their whitetail hunter scope. It's a 3x9. That's perfect for hunting for me. I mean, that's my go-to. It has a really budget-friendly price tag. Has the crystal clear Right-On HD glass. Integrated with the same throw level that I was talking about on the previous scope. Operate the zoom 3 through 9. It comes with a 1-inch tube and cap 0 reset turrets, so you can reset your scope real easy. This is the best in class with a really good value, and it's still backed by the unlimited lifetime warranty. So if you're looking for a good all-around whitetail hunting scope for the Midwest, I feel like the 3x9 is the go-to, and that is the One Primal, and you can check out them at rightonoptics.com.
Exodus Trail Cameras. My sheet here says doe bedding and pinch points. I love that. We're getting into the prime time to be a whitetail hunter right now. And one thing that we really like doing is hanging them cameras, not necessarily in the doe bedding, but definitely right on the edge or a really good trail going in and out of there. And we know if you can get a picture of a buck that you want to shoot, and this is where it comes in handy to have a render out there. If there's a buck in there that really piques your interest, and it's in this time frame here, you got a really solid 2.5 to 3 days to still catch him in there with that doe or that doe family group. Usually does are hanging out like 2, 3, maybe 4 in there. So you got a good chance he's in there making the rounds, or he's got the one pinned down for a little bit, really waiting on her to come in real good. And, just having a render out there, sending that information directly is a key component to that, and something we bank heavily on here at this time of the year. So,
yeah, you want to know what the does are doing this time of year.
Exactly.
That's the power. Especially, it's getting limited. A lot of those have already bred, so you're getting down to those nitty gritties right now. So you need to get in there, and if you find a doe that's hot, there's probably gonna be more than one buck on her at this point.
And let's not sugarcoat it. Some bucks have been shot already.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're getting down here.
Yeah.
So, Exodus 5-year no BS warranty, theft and damage. ExodusOutdoorGear.com.
All right, I'll hit you with the Black Rifle code. Code Whitetail Legacy, get you 20% off your order if you're looking to get that warm cup of coffee in the morning before you go out. Late season is coming quick, guys. Use code Whitetail Legacy, get you 20% off.
Next Level Deer supplements. Get your supplements out. They're going to need to be recuperating from the rut here, so you can do that at nextleveldeer.com.
And the Badlands code, we still got that, guys. Still active. Reach out to us, any social media. We can get you that discount code directly to you, and you can purchase yourself some new Badlands backed by that lifetime warranty that we love. All right, guys, let's get into the show.
All right, we got the herd bull himself, the absolute magnum piece, Chancy. He's out there fishing on his boat. If you got to watch this video. This is the most epic Zoom call I've ever had right now. Guys, just...
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, oh, I need to come here, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta be, I got to do, got a meeting with you boys.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna.
Well, we appreciate it making it happen, man. Whatever it takes, and if we gotta watch you fish all night to get this podcast recorded, we'll in the game for this. But
hey, I can multitask a little bit. I'm not very good. My girlfriend don't think that I'm a good multitasker. Same time.
Like, yeah, well, you can drive a van and spot bucks better than anybody I've ever seen. So that's got to be worth something.
Dude, yeah, that's fun spotting them out of the van. I mean, people think we're crazy, but that is the most. There ain't no other vehicle that coasts through the gravel and just smooth and just like. I mean, it's like you're in a Cadillac, You
got hella room. You got
The tires move and the van don't.
Yeah. You got hella tire problems on that show, dude.
I told him, I said, this is games are for children. I'm sick of messing around with this junk shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to have to. It's all fun and games breaking down and fun for the video, but I'm going to tell you right now, I ripped my damn hair out again.
Yeah. You're like, I got to get something that's solid. I'm trying to kill bucks out here.
It's all fun, but you start breaking down, twice a day. I mean, this is, okay, we're here to kill deer. We're here to
be mechanic.
What do you call that guy back in the day? They used to have the tool time.
Tool time, yeah. Out here, tool time show. Sometimes we kill buck. Most of the time, we're teaching you how to fix your shit on the side of the road.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
For some listeners that don't know who you are, give a brief introduction of who the herd bull magnum piece is in the everyday.
I don't know if I'm a herd bull. I'm still a satellite. I have no offspring or children. So I'm from Southern Iowa. I love to deer hunt, fish hunt, and just live life, man. I mean, I'm blessed with a art talent. I'm a wildlife artist. That's how I make my living, and working on all my other crazy products like my big buck ruiner and my crank wraps product, and chasing my dream to be a professional bass fisherman. And that's what I'm doing. I'm chasing it. There ain't nothing stopping me. Maybe a beautiful girlfriend that I got might slow me down just a little bit, but
yeah, you got to have room for them. A little room. You got to have a little wiggle room.
She's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
The artistry is amazing on the turkey feathers. Like, that is a skill that is amazing to me.
Yeah, definitely. And then completely chasing your passion, not only deer hunting, but just doing whatever it takes to make shit work. And that's something that you just do every day. And there's people that are like, oh, I live full send. But I'm like, dude, Chancy lives full send every day. Dude is always out there slaying a giant or slamming bass, traveling over here, doing this. And you're always positive. There's never a day where you're like, screw this, man. I'm not. You're always out there trying to make it happen.
That's right. No, I try to be positive. Everybody has their little negative moments, but yeah, I try to be positive. I might get pissed in the moment, but I'm always, there ain't nothing that's, I've never thought that I would fail or anything like that, so it's like,
yeah,
I'm always trying to be positive. I mean, if you're negative, I mean, where's that going to get you?
Yeah. Well, that's something that you do not do very often is fail on those. You're always yet there getting it done, but we wanted to have you on this series just because you are an absolute killer. You always seem to just make it happen on a giant every year, a couple giants, and then also helping other people get on giants. And I was watching your videos, and I was like, man, the one that got away series, this story on your guys' video needs to be, everybody needs to see this if they love hunting because it's just so epic. So let's get into the story of the bot antler buck is what I like to like to call it.
Oh my God. Yeah, that oh, we got a fish here, boys.
Oh heck yeah.
Just ready to rip on the story.
Yeah.
We got live action.
Oh,
There
nailed
he is.
him.
Oh boy.
Looks like a decent one.
Hopefully it's like November 10th. Somebody's watching this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a nice one. That's like a 3-pounder, isn't it? Maybe a little better. Oh.
Yep. Out here, I mean, had a tournament out here a couple weeks, so I kind of had an idea where they were. But
No, nice.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, guys caught on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the best Zoom call I've ever had. Can't beat that.
I mean, she's a beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are just listening to this, you gotta get on the video.
That one did not get away.
Yeah, that one did not get away. He nailed that sucker. That sucker was down there just.
Yeah, sorry boys, I had to catch one there.
Oh
for you.
no, yeah, man, keep going. Hell, this is one of the best podcasts we ever recorded so far.
I know where they're at now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell you, dude. I've dreamed. If nobody has seen the video, I've dreamed of having an opportunity to deer like that. We all have. I mean, and to tell you the truth, we've thousands and thousands of miles cruising to visually see a deer of that caliber is hard enough, right? And that's a special one. You want me to start the story from the beginning?
Yeah.
How everything worked up there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I shot my big one in Iowa. Okay, shot the big one out of the canoe.
Yeah,
Beautiful
epic as shit. Yeah.
Crazy story, and that was probably one of the most fun hunts I've had. That with a bunch of silly shit where it actually worked out, and which is pretty amazing. But we shot that big buck, and obviously I wanted to get the hell out. I wanted to get out to Kansas because I wanted to be out there and spend enough time out there to get an eye on a good deer, and obviously to kill that one early in Iowa. I think I was hunting like 3 or 4 days when I killed that big one in Iowa, low 170s. And so we packed our stuff, literally got the damn thing dressed out. I packed it all up myself. I usually like to bag it all up and put all the steaks in one, in Ziploc baggies. And then I take all the other meat that I do want to use for burger and I have it off to the side. Then I'll take it to my processor, But I wanted to get all that shit done because I'm going to be gone for a month in Kansas, So we got her skinned out. We got her skinned out and everything. Got all of our stuff packed up, and we got a big one on the ground. So now we're really, really positive, and we want to go try to get another big one. I mean, obviously, it don't always work out, but hey, we got a good start going. And we head out to Kansas. We got there pretty late in the evening, so we were going to start fresh in the morning. And I had my cameraman was Matt Zanell. If you don't know who that is, he's one of Jim Shockey's main cameramen. This kid's been all over the world. The most amazing cameraman I've ever have had, around me or that I've ever met in my life. This guy's on a whole nother level. There's a lot of people that can film, but when they're in the situation, he just knows what to do, and I don't even have to look back there.
Yeah, the amount of deer that you guys get on film running, I'm like, man, these guys are nailing it. Because we film a little bit, and that shit is hard to get. It's hard to find them for one thing, but now they're moving out there, ripping, and you're on them. So yeah, he's definitely crushing the game.
And another good guy, another amazing guy is John Adams. I can't leave him out. That he's an amazing cameraman too. If you've seen John. And
yeah, we've met John a couple of times.
Yeah,
he's awesome too. But yeah, so Matt was with me on this trip, and we're heading out to Kansas. Get there late, like I said, all jacked up. Kind of we're gonna start fresh in the morning. We get out there, and I'm fumbling around looking for my antlers. Well, this is early November. I mean, it's time to clean them horns together, which makes some shit happen, And I ended up not bringing my horns. I left them at the cabin. So here I am, prime time, rattle time, and no damn horns to rattle any deer in. So obviously we pulled up to the, we had kind of a slower morning when we got out there, just kind of looking around. And we kind of started actually a little bit late. We didn't start right at light, but shortly at, kind of probably after the good movement, by the time they pushed their does to where they're bedding and stuff like that. And we actually was going through this little town, and I was like, just pull into this coffee shop, and it just, I don't know. I don't give a shit. I'll talk to anybody, I mean, you talk to one of these old farmers, you can't tell me them old boys ain't got a couple damn horns that about stuck in Tyler. Yeah, take these some bitches. I'm sick of them.
Right.
Literally, I went in there, and you wouldn't believe it was almost like set up. Like it was like, I'm like, oh my God, I see these 4 guys over there drinking coffee. Them old timers in there every morning. They are. It's that old school. And we went in there. I said, what? I said, any of you boys happen to have some deer antlers you'd let me, you'd like to sell, which it was they kind of took that the wrong way, because I'm sure they get a lot of shed hunters wanting to buy their horns and all that. And I said, listen, I was like, I just need a couple horns to use for rattling antlers. I'll buy them. He's like, you can borrow them, but bring them back when you're done, and I'm like, no problem. I'll bring them back. I don't need his damn sheds. You know what I'm saying? He's like, when I get done with my coffee, follow my ass to the house. So that's what I did. We followed him to the house. He's a retired mailman. And we actually get to his house, and he's like, follow me. And, he walks out behind. He had all these big ass sheds laying on the fence there. And I think I filmed it with my cell phone, didn't I? I kind of forget.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Matt didn't have, no, he had one of the Sony cams down low filming handy cam, or the action cams. And we get up there, and he had these 2 big giant sets there, and I was like, man, and I grabbed them. I'm looking around. I didn't want them. They were too damn big, and they weren't, you know what I mean? They weren't good rattling horns, And I was like, I don't want them. And I think that kind of like, okay, they ain't just after, if I give them big ones, they might just take them, I didn't give a shit. So anyway, I seen this nice little, I think it was an 8-point set, grabbed them, and they're like hollow, dude. These things have been sitting on them had to been probably who knows how long. I mean, they were bleached. I picked them up, and I felt like I was picking up horns off of the damn bow target. They were so light. I'm like, what? Stupid, And I cleaned them together, and they were like dong, dong, dong. But what am I gonna do? Not take them, All right, yeah, I'll take these. These will work. I'll bring them back when I'm done. He said, no problem. Then just set them back out on the fence. So we took them, bastard. I said, and on the way, I don't know if I got into the van, and I told Matt, I said, listen, I said, we'll probably rattle in the biggest deer you ever seen with these pieces of shit. Horns. And I literally we had an old I didn't have no string or nothing. I had an old cell phone cable that junked out on me. I mean, we get one a day, these they don't make a good one. Give me a shout if you know. And I literally popped one in, tied it on the other, and I had my 2 horns, and let's go to battle, right? Slipped into this first spot, and we actually been in there before and seen some action, nothing crazy, a couple decent bucks, one that I probably would have shot. And we slid down in there, and what it is, it's a big river bottom, okay? And it goes up into a big private piece, but there's a little section there that, they could possibly push a doe up in there and get up onto the public. And we set up on the one spot and got him, where I thought he could get a good video of where but if I did rattle one in, if he's going to come downwind, because we love doing these sets on the ground, and especially in new pieces where, if you just, it's almost like turkey hunting, you go to a spot, cut there. Oh, no, none gobble, keep going. Well, you just slide down in these little spots, get downwind to where you think they could be. And almost when you think you're too close, or when you just almost get back off of that, because you go in there and it just takes one doe, blow up through the whole thing, and it's over, after that usually. So we like to stay back. Well, I slid in there, got along the river, kind of just tap danced right on the edge of it, and got him right in the right behind me there, and where he was hid, where he had a big tree behind. Because I mean, these guys are using these damn cameras to look like you're holding a human over your
Yeah, I
shoulder.
know. Giant things out there.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, good luck. I mean, you gotta really be, dialed in, where you're setting and or at least get out of the angle of where the deer can see it. You gotta make sure you have something behind you. I mean, you go sitting there, it's gonna look like a damn UFO or an alien right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Off of NASA there. But so we're literally getting set up, and I rattle, and these horns. I mean, like it's annoying me. I get annoyed real easy with stupid shit, and these horns were junk. Okay, and I'm like, I don't know. I just felt unconfident right out the gate with using these horns, and nothing. I give it about 10 minutes, nothing came in. So then I moved up into the juice. Like, we'll do it one more time in here. We're down here already, killing time. First mid morning. I think it was about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or I don't know, somewhere in there, midday, where there could be some cruising, but they're probably bedded down. They've been chasing all night, partying with the ladies. They want to take a little rest through, get up into the getting spot, and it felt good, but I just I don't know if these horns are gonna work. Stupid. I mean, they don't give a shit as long as they hear something cling around. Oh, that ain't real horns. Some of them maybe get rattlebagged by people.
Yeah.
Maybe this private piece down here, maybe they got 1,000 guys down there in tree stands rattling every 5 minutes, got them blown out of there. Who knows? But we're gonna hit the horns. So I hit the horns, and I let I don't know exactly what it was, 6-7 minutes, nothing. And I'm looking up where they're going to come from. I mean, it was a river bottom. So, I mean, nothing's going to come behind us unless something crossed the road and came in behind us or something. But most everything was going to be out in front of me so I could see, and I had an idea where I thought they would go, because I've been down in there before and I kind of seen how it was laid out, and it just looks big bucky in there. And I let probably 6-7 minutes go by, and I'm like, I'm going to hit him again. Just in case maybe one heard it. I love doing that on the ground. If you don't see nothing within that 5, 6, 7 minutes, hit him again, because you might have had one long range in, and by the time you got done, he got into that 150, 200 yards. Now he's like, okay, where in the hell was that? And then you kind of zone them into where you're at. And I'm sitting there, I get on Onyx. I mean, I wear those Wrangler stretch fit pants at Walmart, the best damn pants known to man for and they're $21.99, son, out of Walmart. Dan Burns got me on them. You seen Dirty Dan on there?
Yeah,
on the video. Anyway, he got me on them. He's a clothing guru, so he always finds all the best deals. But anyways, he got me dialed on them. Well, they got a little zipper pocket, just like the Sitka pants and all that expensive shit. They got a little zipper pocket. Well, I pulled my cell phone out of there, got an Onyx, because I'm like feeling unconfident right now that I ain't gonna rattle nothing in, and I'm looking to see where I want to go next in the middle of a hunt. Stupid, completely lost my confidence there at that moment. I mean, when you're in the zone, I mean, we'll get on the phone in a little bit. We're in the middle of a hunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stupid. I'm telling you, if I would have not got that phone out, we could be killing the mega giant. We would have killed that deer. I really do believe it. So anyway, I'm on my phone. I look on there, 30 seconds, and I look up, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, Matt, right there. And I mean, I didn't know it was a 200 incher, but it looked 170 plus. I get to see the big mass, the cage. I've seen a lot of big bucks. I've been around, caught a lot of nice big bucks in, and this is the flavor you dream of, boys. And in the video, you don't get to see all that stuff, because he's, he got on there, so he didn't get to really, don't really capture none of me. We didn't have the other camera on me doing a lot of the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Me moving. Well, I was on, how was I? I was standing up. I was originally standing up, and he's like, I'm on him, and it's dead calm. Okay. This deer's, I don't know how far he was to get when I first seen him, probably 45 yards, and I'm just like, he's looking right. Well, he's seen my damn, literally my head move, you know what I'm saying? But he don't think, he obviously, he don't know that I'm a human. He just heard two deer fighting. He sees the decoy that we did put out, and he sees my head move, and to him, I know this is what he thought. Oh, that's the other buck. I see the buck here, which is our decoy. He sees me, see my head move. Oh, and we're through the brush. We had a good setup, kind of, and he could see my head move. So I'm like, oh my god, he thinks I'm the other buck. And he looked away, and I snort wheezed real quick. I don't know if you heard it in the video. And boom! And as soon as and then he zoned in right where I was at, because I know he's gonna pay attention right where he's seen my head move. So I got to make him think I am a buck, And I snort wheezed, and he started licking his nose. And if you boys all know, when they start licking their nose, he was calm. He's pretty much like, who's down in here jive-jiving my ladies down here on the dance floor. He ran that show in there, and he definitely, I knew that he was going to calm down, and he just put his ears back, and he started kind of doing this little walk. Well, the wind, this is downwind. I was set up for him to come up along the river, right? So I could kind of, I had to shoot him from the river lip, where the river comes up, and where I'm at, I get out just a slam dunk shot. Well, he's coming. He's upwind. He already, when they see visual, they don't give a shit about coming downwind all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to come upwind to me, because he's seen visual. He sees the decoy, and he's seen my head move, and then I snort wheeze down. He's going to come up and see what the hell's going on. He's not going to go downwind like he don't see nothing. So he's coming. He's 35, and I'm like, shit, I got to get down, because the brush is too thick there. I got to get down low where he's coming into, and he's coming. I come down on one knee, and he's getting ready to stick his head, like come into the clearing, and I drew back, because he was coming pretty good little walk. And I drew back, and as soon as I got right here, boom, he locked on us. And all of his vitals and everything are in the brush. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Your logo popped up.
Yeah.
Nice.
We blacked out. Yeah.
Bebop me. So pretty much I'm on him. And at the camera angle, when you could see it on the video, you're like, there's a hole like that. Trust me, if I would have had that little peekaboo hole,
yeah, you would have been sitting it. Yeah.
Guaranteed. I had a little bit thicker area. Trust me, I'm a professional at finding an opening, and I wasn't, I need this perfect shot, because nothing perfect ever happens. If I got a little softball hole, I'm sending it in that sucker. You know what I'm saying? To make sure it's either you do that, or you don't kill a deer, right?
Yeah.
So
gotta
sometimes
make it happen.
That aren't 100% ethical, but it's making shit happen. And I if I would have had an opening, I would have let an arrow go. Well, he's right there in that brush. All of a sudden, I'm down low. Like, if he would have kept going, dude, 30 yards, 210, 215 inches on the ground. Well, he spins, he turns, starts going back. Now he couldn't see us, or see a deer where he's seen me move. So now he's going back to the decoy. He said, I'm going to go see what this punk's got all about. Well, he starts coming, and I'm like, shit, I can't shoot from down on my knee. I got to come up. Like, because he's going right where I, wanted him to go. So I started coming up, and I'm cramping, dude. I had that bow draw back. It seemed like forever. And in an awkward situation, I'm cramped up. You guys have you guys ever been in a situation where it's just like,
yeah,
almost like shit. And it wasn't that I was like buck fever. I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to screw this up. You know what I'm saying? And he starts coming into the dance floor where I could shoot him. He's got another 3 or 4 steps, and I'm like, I got to get up. I got to get up. He's so zoned in on the decoy now. And I start sliding. I start coming up, and I'm so damn cramped, and the cam of my bow rubs against the edge of the tree. And he's already kind of a little bit weird about where our placement is. You know what I'm saying? He's seen something move over there, ain't seen nothing. So he's just kind of like, something a little funny going over there. And if anything silly happens, I'm out of here or whatever. Well, I barely rubbed that cam against there. And then, like I said, it was dead calm, and just and that thing just bolted, If I had a little wind, I don't think he would have heard it, and he would have went in there, and I would have came all the way up and, decked him. But yeah, that's all she wrote, man. It's a big, and then obviously I thought it was a 170, 180, and Matt's like, dude, I think you're gonna.
Yeah, he was like, man, I think he was maybe a little bigger than that. And you're like, really?
Yeah. And in this situation, hey, you can't shoot or clear shooting lanes. You know, if you
Yeah.
got a little limb, you can reach out and get, but I'm not going to go walking over there and breaking limbs and clinging around. It was just a quick setup, and it didn't work out, boys. I mean, he caught me on my cell phone. I think he would have came straight to the decoy right through that little opening, and I would have killed him right there. And if I would have just stayed standing up, but I look back at that, and I probably wouldn't have done that because he was going that way, and I had to get down.
Mm-hmm.
So just it sucks. It was a beautiful deer, and then we had some other run-ins with him that it just didn't work out. It wasn't meant to be, but I think the deer's dead. I had a guy reach out to me and found some sheds that he found, and then he found a few. I think there was a kill, like an EHD or something out there, and I think he found the deer dead, like he was shed out because he found the horns, and like a couple hundred yards later he found a big buck dead, without the horns, but he found some other bucks dead too. So it's a bummer. And I think that the buck that I ended up petting in the video,
Yeah.
I think he either had a head damage because he was 100% fine. That son of a bitch was running wild. I mean, he'd seen a vehicle. He was running over the mountains. Well, we lost visual of him for 3 to 4 or 5 days or whatever. And then all of a sudden he was goofy that day when we ran into him. And I think he either got in a head damage from fighting or something happened. But I think they got a disease out there and it killed him off because we went back out the next year, obviously, to try to kill that deer. And the places where we hunted, I mean, where we were seeing 20, 30 does, like 1 to 2 to 0. So something happened, and I think there was a big kill in that area. I really do, because that guy that was shed hunting, he said he found a lot of dead deer. So it was a bummer deal. So I think that big bastard's dead. It's a shame, we should have killed him.
Yeah,
but we did.
That's how it goes, man. Those small mistakes. But like, I'd have been the same thing. If I had these white, chalky antlers out there banging around. You gave it a shot, then you're going up. You give it another shot, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll do it one more time." And then it's just like us, After you rattle, you're in the game for about 5 minutes, and then if nothing shows up, you're like, "All right, nothing around. We can kind of relax, or maybe." Hang my bow back up, etc. And you're doing the same thing we would have done, Ain't shit happening right now. Let's try to make something happen and find a place to go, And he came in, even in the video, you could tell he kind of come in some really thick stuff where it was probably hard to see that deer even that close. Because
that deer did to me, jungle gym me, boys.
Yeah,
literally jungle gym. Punked me for all the times I make fun of people on their tree stands or anybody on their damn phone. Oh yeah, I got punked, bud.
Yeah,
it's a bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer, man. And if like a guy like you, I mean, just coming off a high, killing a 170, and people don't see that video, but you guys dropped the camera. Most people would have been like, "All right, let's go back, regroup." We done made a bunch of noise in this creek, and you're like, hell no, let's just go get another camera, and we're coming back out here, boys. We're going to make this happen. And there's very few people that have that, let's make this happen. And that's why I've always been like, dude, if there's anybody out there, spend a weekend in the rut. I don't even care if I was hunting. I just want to be like, oh, yeah. It's just, and then you guys aren't afraid to party afterwards. Everybody's trying to kill a big deer and then celebrate, right? You know what I mean? And seems like
we hunt hard, but I mean we have a good time. I mean we live this life once. Let me tell you, hey, I'm living. How I mean I could set the damn hook and all of a sudden the damn lure come up, hit me in the forehead, and drop me dead in the graveyard.
Yeah.
I mean I'm living right now, and if I ain't having a good time, I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm fortunate with some of the stuff with my art talent and stuff like that. I'm able to do, wake up every morning and do the things I love to do, and I mean, I gotta keep caught up with everything, but yeah, I'm very, very damn blessed and to be able to be a part of what Jared has going on. I mean, I'm not into anything else really. Like I always told myself, like, I dabbled with that back in the day, and Jared tried to get me to do this stuff for a long time, but I was like, I told my, in my own mind, I'm like, what he has is very unique, and I really like what he's got going on. I could be a part of that.
Yeah.
And talk me into it after I lost enough ground.
Yeah,
I did a little podcast with the public hunting guys too, and the hunting public, and I told them that story. But yeah, that was Yeah, it's just unbelievable how things work out and the people you meet through the adventures. And I try to take advantage of every opportunity that comes my way, you know?
Yeah, that was the very first one I've ever watched. Was the first season that you were with him, and he was hunting, and you were driving around just kind of looking at bucks. And I was like, dude, this guy fits in perfect for what they got going on. They could not have found a better peg to fit in the hole of another guy out there hunting, because just your slang and your slogan, it's what that show needed to just take it over the edge. And that's what makes it for me. You guys are out there killing giant bucks in random ways, which is awesome, but it's just the enthusiasm of hunting, you know what I mean? And even you guys are driving in the car, and it's probably like your 7th hour in there, you know, and you finally see one, and it's just, you guys jack me up, dude. And I've like, people watch it for the first time, I'd be like, I've been telling you for years, this shit is next level. Like, you gotta get on it, you know what I mean? This is some off the wall stuff. So.
No, we have a damn ball, man. I'll tell you, it's I miss, obviously Shay, he's doing his bar thing, and I miss hanging out with him and stuff. He's a wild bastard too, and all that jazz. But yeah, no, it's when I first started doing there that first year, I told Jerry, I said, it's gonna be a wild season. I just knew that when me and him started, if we had a hunting season together, some wild shit.
Yeah, and then some wild shit did happen, man. Yeah.
Well, that's the wildest.
Oh, insane. Yeah, insane. Locate that deer and then locate him again and then kill him the way you did. I'm like, this is nuts, and epic. But
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm right there. I can regroup here, boys. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I mean, when did you guys start bow hunting? Did you go with your dad? Did you have your family and stuff go?
Yeah, my dad never went. I started when I was 8 and then just started bow hunting forever. And then I killed my first deer with a bow, and then I picked up the gun later and killed an assload of deer with a gun, and then just started killing everything with a bow that moved. And then now, of course, you're starting to just try to kill the deer. And that's where I'm failing. We get lucky every now and then. We kill a few good ones, every now and then that we're targeting. But we get emotionally attached to deer. That's our problem. We get emotionally attached. And
my girlfriend was trying to. She's gonna have to wait.
She's gonna have to wait. But
sorry, beauty woman.
Yeah. Well, we won't keep you too much longer, man. We appreciate you coming on.
Bother me.
I was gonna say.
It looks like I'm trying to do something, but I'm not. I'm just here, just trying to maybe catch a 4 or 5 pounder.
Hell yeah, one up the last one, but
yeah, there wasn't very many down there. And this place is beat up, so I doubt I could get another bite there. I'd have to throw the drop shot down there or something and get them
fired up.
Tease them.
Yeah, get a little tease going.
I'm throwing the old apex shaky head right now, but heck yeah. No, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but I love bass fishing and bass. I mean, I love the deer hunt. Thank God that they don't collide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing, man. Those big bass, they're really hard to find. And when you do find them, you get that adrenaline rush, just like a big giant buck, man.
I'll tell you what's crazy is the style, how me and Jared hunt is so much like tournament bass fishing. I mean, you're cruising, you're scouting, you got little areas that maybe you want to pay attention to a little more. And it's pattern, it's crazy. It's almost like you're dealing with other people hunting public. You're dealing with, farmers next to the public and stuff like that. Just like you're dealing with another fisherman, bebopping on a spot where they seen you the week before type of stuff. So, I mean, you're dealing with all these crazy situations. You're almost putting more things in the way to success, but it's the only style that I know that really makes something happen. You're making your own luck happen. And a lot of people think that, man, we're seeing a lot of deer. A lot of them are on private. We're driving by and we'll see a nice buck on private. But I mean, if it's on public, we definitely let everybody know that deer is on public, obviously, and we're going to go after them. Those are the ones we're after. But when you're seeing all these deer, I mean, we're driving 200 to 300, 400 miles a day, covering all that ground to build. Even some days you don't even see one, public, private, whatever. You don't even see a, you know, a shooter that you'd be happy with. And you're driving that many miles during the peak of the rut. I mean,
Yeah, you're like,
usually
yeah, something's off.
see a
Yeah.
good one, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But all the years of hunting out of the tree stands, you know, all the years of hunting out of the tree stands, you're stuck to that one spot, and you know there might not even be a deer there. You can't kill a big buck if a big buck's not there.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, we're driving. Oh, there's a big buck. Guess what? We're hunting a deer that we know's there.
Yeah. Yeah, that
You know
first
what I'm
season,
saying?
you were like, man, this is where it's at. This is some Cherokee shit out here. I was like, hell yeah.
Man, I'm like, holy shit. This almost reminds me of like coyote hunting. I love to chase coyotes. It's one of I grew up doing it. And this is almost like high paced and action. And I mean, I'm warm. My feet are warm. I mean, I'm wearing tennis shoes in the minivan, dude. I ain't freezing my ass off out there, not seeing deer, which is, you know, hey, those were good times. I still might do a little tree stand hunting someday if I buy my own ground and stuff like that, you know, and get a landowner tag and, you know, kill a big buck out back, you know. But I mean, this is the style of hunting that I love to do, and I'm glad I took Jared up on the opportunity to film with him. I don't know how many more years he wants to do it. I mean, shit. I mean, I'm going to go as long as he wants. I might not be able to pull 30, 40 days, but you know, I'll give him 15. 20 days to go kill one.
Yeah.
One thing about it, man, is you are always in the chips because you done already seen that buck out there highlighting, you know?
Yeah. You're like, he's in here. He's not like on the neighbors. You know, you're going into hunting. Well, maybe he could be on the neighbors. Maybe he could be on. We just seen him in here. Like he's somewhere around here. So.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's here. Let me get my damn knees are getting tired.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you and especially when you find one like bedded. I mean, you see one bed down and then you're going in after him on the ground. That's probably one of the best moments of all time, I think. Have you guys ever snuck up on one on the ground bedded?
No, never have. I've been talking to him about just going out and doing some radical shit, even if it was with a muzzleloader or something, just to have the experience like that.
Yeah. You need it. I mean, it's unbelievable feeling. I mean, that one that you remember that the big giant mainframe 8-pointer that John Adams filmed me killing.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of footage of him laying there just because I'm like, dude, we can either jack around and get a bunch of crazy, you know, National Geographic footage and not kill this deer, or we're going to kill this deer. We just get in kill mode, you know. And I was hoping that we were going to be able to get it better than we did, but I literally had an opening. I got up in there. It was. Can I tell you about that hunt? Just a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that was crazy. So we get out there. I killed a big one in Iowa, the one that was blind in the one eye. Weird deal. And ended up getting out there to Kansas. And I see these couple does off to the side there, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a big ass rack laying below him. Well, he heard the vehicle coming and laid down. I mean, this deer was 8-9-year-old deer. You know, now that I know, I talked to a couple people there that's been seeing him. And that's how he was, just an old, mature giant, you know, knew the lingo, right? I seen his damn rack below these does laying there. He got down and was laying on the ground. And I was just like, holy shit, big one, John, get the camera ready. And all of a sudden them does kind of, you know, we slowed down a little too slow, and them does kind of took off on a little trot. Well, we started going. I just kept the vehicle going, and I'm like filming. And he stood up and started following them does. Well, there was like a little hill there. So like, they're going to disappear, but if we keep going over the lip, when they come over that hill, we have to see them. So I get going and down the road, and all of a sudden I see the does come over the hill. He didn't follow. I knew he got up over that hill and in that little blind spot and laid down. And that's what he did. And we got up I just sensed it. I was like, holy shit, he bedded there. I'm going to sneak up there and see where he bedded. We're going to crawl in and kill this big bastard. And I didn't know how, I didn't know how big he was, but I knew he was a beautiful deer. But I knew he had to be laying down. We would have seen him. You know what I'm saying? So we literally got up around there, and I crawled up on the hill. We were in kill mode. He had the camera out. I mean, we're ready in case something happens. And get up there, and I spot this big bastard laying right where I thought he would be, you know. and the wind's howling. The wind's picking up every second. It's about 15. Now it's 20, 25, gust 30. I'm like, holy shit, man, this is set up to kill this deer. And we get up in there, and I just there was a clump of grass that was blocking his eye. And I made sure that big, thick clump of grass was blocking his eye, how I slithered up in there. And when we got up in there, there was almost like his trail. I crawled up on his damn trail to kill him. And we got up literally from here to I killed him from here to my motor in my bass boat. And I seen just a little hole in the weeds. That clump of grass is still blocking his view. He's quartering to me. So when a deer's laying to you, when they lay down, they roll their shoulder blades over, so you see their spine. Their spine's not on top of their back; it rolls over like this. That's how he was laying. And I seen that little opening, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send that damn arrow. I'm gonna take his spine out. I'm gonna take a lung out. We're gonna heart shoot. We're gonna shish kebab his ass. That was his little hiding spot, and you couldn't see it from any road. You had to be back in there. And I let that arrow go, and he didn't move, obviously. So, some people were like, "What the hell? We didn't even see the deer." Well, he was bedded there, and he didn't move because I paralyzed him.
Yeah,
stuck him down right there. But yeah, he was all deer go to heaven after that.
Hell yeah.
So,
hella confidence going there on that big deer.
That deer was 166. I don't really give a shit about the score, but I mean, it was a beautiful deer. Caught
it. Yeah.
166 inches if he wasn't broke as a mainframe 9-pointer. And he had just a small G4,
Yeah, absolute giant. Yeah. You see a frame like that, you're like, whoo, that's a big one. Yeah. That's a big one, boys. We gotta
almost 30-inch beams, dude. 30-inch beams.
Math.
The math.
They get big when they get a lot of points or long ass beams. They got long ass beams or a lot of points, the scores just goes up like crazy. So all right, man. Exactly. Well, we'll call her a wrap here and let you get back to fishing and let you holler at your old lady.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Hey, we'll do it again, man. You guys just give me a shout. We'll bullshit. I got all kinds of crazy stories we can bullshit about. So.
All right, guys. That right there is an absolute epic one that got away story. If you guys have not seen the video of this, you got to check it out. Their DVDs. I know it's a DVD, which is insane to even say, but it's so worth it. It's just so off the wall, incredible. Chancy's personality is so huge, and it's almost as big as a deer that got away in this episode. But we really hope you guys are enjoying this series. We're going to keep bringing them to you. Just absolutely incredible content that people haven't heard. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show you that Chancy, a stone cold absolute killer, in a moment had a little mess up. Messed up on an absolute magnum, So we're all out there trying to get it done, and we're all messing up. That's the meaning of this story. And what do we you're trying to learn something from this, and just try to be in the moment when you're in there. Try to make the most of the time that you got out there, and don't get punked, like you said. Don't get punked by
I think it was before the podcast we were talking, and you're just talking about going, and then right when you're ready to give up, you just keep going that little bit extra, and then boom, next thing you know, kill.
Yeah.
That's where you're probably at right now.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, you know what we're going to say. Try to leave a legacy. Always do the right thing. And don't let the one get away.